Today, we're diving into the powerful and frankly pretty surprising science behind something we all think we know, playful parenting.
Hey everyone, welcome. We're River and Riley from the Motherhood Podcast, and today we're exploring some incredible research we've gathered in our latest blog post. It turns out that the simple act of play, just being silly with your kids, isn't just a way to pass the time. It's actually one of the most powerful, evidence-based tools a parent has. Let's get into the science of exactly why.
So I want you to think about this for a second. That silly song you make up during a diaper change or the goofy face you pull from across the dinner table, what is really happening in that moment? Is it just a fun little distraction? Or, as the science is showing us, are you quite literally building your child's brain from the ground up?
Okay, so let's start with the hard science. What is physically happening inside a child's brain during these playful moments? The answer is all in the neuroscience of connection. Just look at this number. In the first 3 years of life, a child's brain forms over 1 million new neural connections every single second. I mean, that is an absolutely explosive rate of growth. And what the research shows is that play is the fuel for this fire. It's actively forging new pathways for learning and thinking.
So how does this brain building actually work? Well, researchers at Harvard call the core mechanism serve and return. You can think of it just like a game of tennis. Your child serves by pointing at a dog or making a sound, and you return that serve with your attention and a response. It's that simple. Back and forth exchange that builds a strong, healthy brain architecture.
And the process itself is incredibly simple and intuitive. It's really just about noticing what your kid is focused on, returning their serve with some encouragement, maybe naming what you both see, and just keeping that back and forth going. And then you let them lead. It's not a rigid checklist, it's more like a simple, beautiful dance of connection.
Let's take a specific example that so many of us do without even thinking: singing. Musical play is a developmental powerhouse. For a baby, your singing voice is way more captivating than just regular speech. As they grow into toddlers, those silly songs become a fast track for learning language because the rhythm helps the words stick. And that same sense of rhythm can even lead to better spelling and writing skills way down the road. All right, so this isn't just about building the brain's hardware, it's also about installing its emotional software. This is the science of connection, and it's all about how these playful interactions forge what psychologists call a secure attachment.
Attachment theory gives us a really beautiful way to look at this. As a parent, you have two crucial jobs. First, you are a haven of safety. That's the place your child knows they can always come back to when they're scared or overwhelmed. And second, you are a secure base. That's the solid foundation that gives them the confidence to go out, explore, and learn about their world. Playful connection is how we build both of these pillars, brick by brick.
But what really makes for high-quality play? Well, research from the Lego Foundation points to 5 key things. It needs to be joyful, engaging, social, meaningful, and iterative, meaning it builds on itself. This just goes to show you, it's not about having expensive toys or tons of free time. It's about the quality of the interaction, which can happen in these tiny, meaningful moments all throughout the day.
Okay, so we know it builds the brain and strengthens the bond. But what about the real-world long-term results? Let's look at the research that proves the incredible lifelong payoff of a playful childhood.
This data comes from a landmark study in Jamaica. Researchers gave a play-based intervention to a group of toddlers. Then they waited. 20 years later, the results were just astounding. The group that got the play intervention earned 25% higher incomes as adults, a quarter more. All of that from a foundation of learning through play.
And the benefits go so far beyond just income. A huge body of research shows that consistent positive play develops crucial life skills, things like emotional regulation, cooperation, and problem solving. Basically, play helps build the foundation for a successful and fulfilling life.
All right, so that pretty much covers the why. So now let's get to the how. How can we put all this powerful science into action with practical, everyday strategies?
This is so cool. Researchers have actually identified specific kinds of attachment play that help with different emotional needs. So, for example, power reversal games, where you let the child be the big, strong one for a change, that helps them work through feelings of powerlessness. Or nonsense games, let them feel smart and competent. And even a simple game of peekaboo is a really powerful way for them to process feelings about separation.
This playful mindset can even totally transform discipline. Instead of getting into a power struggle over putting on shoes, you can use a technique called behavioral momentum. You start with easy, fun requests to build a yes train. Hey, make a funny face. Yes. Okay, now do the chicken dance. Yes. By the time you get to let's put on your shoes, you've already built this positive, connected momentum that makes cooperation so much more likely.
And there's real chemistry behind all this. When you're being silly together and laughing, your child's brain releases dopamine. That's the feel-good neurotransmitter. At the very same time, that joy reduces the levels of the stress hormone cortisol. You are literally rewiring their stress response through play. It's incredible.
So, let's bring all of this research and all this science together. What is the single most important message we should take away from all of this?
This is it, right here. Play is not a luxury. It's not just entertainment or a way to kill time until dinner. It is a sophisticated, evidence-based intervention that literally builds better brains, creates secure attachments, and sets the stage for a healthy, successful life.
Now, we've covered a lot of science today, and if you're a nerd like us and you want to see the studies for yourself, we've compiled a full list of all the citations in our blog post on this topic. You can find it all over at madrohq.com.
And that leaves us with one final question. This isn't about trying to overhaul your entire life or feeling guilty. It's just about finding the small moments. So think about it. How will you turn just one moment today into a playful, brain-building connection?